Now, it's no secret that TikTok as an app divides a lot of opinions. I mean, 99% of my content comes from TikTok, so naturally, I'm quite the fan, but there does seem to be this widespread opinion that some of the worst people on the internet are on TikTok, and some of the videos that people post are disgusting. So the fact that them videos are posted is obviously a negative, but one big positive with TikTok is people who could usually get away with acting like a dickhead don't. And this is a prime example of this, because a TikToker called VirgoReader has recently posted a story talking about an experience that her sister went through. And this was specifically at a Panera Bread, which is a very American thing. I should probably Google what that is. Oh, okay, they make sandwiches. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? It's in the name. But like I mentioned, this experience with VirgoReader's sister would have never been made public, and there would have never been any repercussions. But because she's posted this video talking about it, it looks like there is going to be. And it's actually really, really upsetting that stuff like this happens. Right, now let me stop the waffling and actually add some context to this. So the original video has actually been taken down, but we do actually have a re-upload kind of here from Jolly Good Ginger, a TikToker. He goes on to talk about it, so if you want to see his opinions, I recommend watching that, but we're just going to watch the clip of the original video here.
A Panera Bread employee stole cash from my sister, who is mentally disabled.
I mean, straight away, within that first sentence, you know that this situation is not going to be a good look for somebody. Because today we're talking about a member of staff who manipulated and took advantage of someone with Down syndrome. And did they do it specifically because this person did have Down syndrome? I guess we'll never know, but I mean, they did it, and that's fucking bad enough.
My sister is an adult. She has Down syndrome. She went with her friend last night to Panera Bread alone to order dinner. She had a $15 gift card and cash. Obviously, she wants to use the gift card first. The employee says, no, we are going to do the cash first. If you look at the receipt, I'll post it here. He charges $22 cash and then $125 to the gift card. He marks the $22 as a discount so he can then pocket the cash. You can tell because he only charges $125 to the gift card and the tax is 8 cents. That means that the only thing that he entered into the machine as a charge is the $125.
Right, now in case you're like me and want to hear a load of numbers, you start getting confused, let me try breaking this down the best I can. Okay, so her sister goes to get food and she's got a $15 gift card and she's got cash. Obviously she wants to use the $15 on a gift card and then pay the rest in cash. The total here being $23.17, meaning she should be paying about $8 in cash. But what actually happened here is that the person working at the store refuses to take the gift card first and actually charges her sister $20 in cash. And then through the system adds a $22 discount, just completely makes that up, and then charges the gift card for the remaining $1.25. Now again, that might be confusing, but basically what has happened here is that the person working at the store has pocketed the $20, just stole it. And the way they did this was by adding a $22 discount through the system and then just charging the gift card for the extra like $1.25. To make it look like there had been some money taken, I think you have to pay a minimum of $1, I believe. But now when they count the money at the end of the shift, in the system it's going to say that there should be $1.25 for this order, when in actual reality, he took, what, $21.25. $20 for himself, $1.25 in the system. So not only has he made this poor woman pay way more than she was supposed to, he's also stole the money for himself. And I've seen a bunch of people commenting on this topic and saying, oh, who cares? She had to pay the money anyways. Does it matter if it's from the gift card or the cash? Yes, it definitely does. I mean, there's a difference between paying on a gift card and cash. Your gift card can only solely be used at that place. Cash can be used anywhere. It's more important, really. So first of all, to do this to a person and you don't know their financial situation, you overcharge them just so you could steal the money, it's bang out of order. But secondly, you add this with the detail that the sister has Down syndrome, right? And it feels like, I mean, I could be just guessing here, but it feels like the person by the till knew that they could potentially manipulate this person, and they succeeded. And in fact, VirgoReader, the TikToker, goes on to say, like, there's no reason why my sister should feel like she's done something wrong here, almost insinuating that she does feel that way because this guy took advantage of her. Now, like I mentioned before, that original video is taken down, but she has actually uploaded an update video, and it's not looking good.
By the time she got home, Panera was closed, so we couldn't call. She told my parents because she knew something was wrong. When they had practiced how she would order and pay, she knew that she was going to give the gift card first, and it should have $0 left on it.
I mean, listen to this, right? She had to practice how to pay and whatnot, and this guy is genuinely just took advantage of someone who was probably doing something quite daunting. And like I said, she was having to practice to do it. And the more and more we hear about the story, the sketchier it gets.
We practiced scenarios with her, but she's not going to know how to challenge an employee when they're telling her no, she can't do something. All right, on to an update. Today is Sunday, February 4th. My dad contacted corporate this morning and they didn't really do anything. They said they were sorry that happened, but they didn't take his contact information or anything.
I'm sorry that happened. I mean, the way that like companies just try to brush things under the rug until it goes public and then they'll start doing something, it's generally grim. Especially when you bear in mind what we're talking about here, okay? We're talking about an employee who took advantage of someone who has Down syndrome and was struggling with the scenario itself, wouldn't feel comfortable in challenging the person, and the member of staff just took advantage of that. That's what we're talking about here, and sorry that happened to you definitely isn't enough. It almost insinuates that this is maybe a somewhat normal thing that happens there, but what do I know?
I started posting online because I was angry and I knew that if it gained traction online, we'd be more likely to get a response, and I was right, because when corporate reached out to me when the first video had less than 10,000 views, they took my contact information down and said that the franchise owner and their QA team would reach out to me.
Oh yeah, so as soon as the TikTok video's up, they then take the contact information and now they're gonna look into it. This is what I mean, right? You can say all the negative things about TikTok you want, but it gets stuff done. People just won't act until there's public backlash nowadays. That's just kind of how it works. It's a sad reality, but it's a reality nonetheless.
But my mom did hear back from the local store, and it was not good. The person who called her said that they were the big boss of the store. So I guess they're not the manager, maybe the manager's boss. My parents explained what happened, and they said, "What do you want me to do about it?" What? First of all, my sister deserves an apology. She also deserves her money back because
100%.
she paid $22 cash when her order should have only been $7 or $8. And I don't care what you say, gift card money and cash are not the same thing.
Definitely not the same thing. That seems like a very out of touch opinion to have.
But here's the biggest news. Ryan, who is the name on the receipt under the cashier, was not working at the time. Ryan was just the guy who opened the register that morning. He wasn't working.
Right, so there's some very bizarre information. I believe this is why the original video was taken down, because obviously it says Ryan on the receipt, but it turns out it wasn't him who did it. So I think she took it down for that reason. She didn't want this Ryan person to get backlash because of it. But Ryan apparently wasn't even the one who was running the till. He just opened it, meaning someone else was on his system on the till. Is that what you call it? But what this does mean is unless you can check the CCTV footage, you don't know who this was, right? You don't know who was running the till at the time.
Guess who was working at the time that she went in? Only the manager and the shift lead. So the big boss is going to check out their copy of their receipt because my parents gave them her order number, and he's going to check the cameras for that time.
I mean, that's good news. Hopefully something is done, but that is mental, right? The only people working at the time was the manager and the shift lead. Meaning, it seems like whoever did this is someone in power and feels like they can get away with stuff like this, and by the way they did it, like, it makes it feel like they've definitely done it before. I mean, for a few reasons, right? If you're gonna steal from the business, I mean, they stole from this girl and the business at the same time, right? But if you're gonna steal from the business, I don't think $20 would be the first choice you make. It's quite a bit of money with quite a high risk. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it doesn't seem like it would be the first time. And the fact that they even knew how to do this in the first place, I mean, like, if you told me the scenario and mentioned the gift cards and the money and the price and stuff, and then asked me to come up with a solution on how you can steal $20 out of that, it would take me so long to think of it. But if they just done it straight away while this woman's waiting for her food, it makes it seem like they definitely knew what they were doing, and makes it seem as if they've definitely done this before.
Some people said that the employee stole from Panera and not from my sister. That's kind of true. People put in money as like a discount. It's so that they can not put it in the register. Let's say you're paying cash for a $10 sandwich. If the employee discounts it $5, then the register is only going to think that they were charged $5. So when the register needs to be balanced at the end of a shift, they only expect that $5 to be there. The other $5 that you paid in cash goes into the employee's pocket because that's the discount amount. So yes, he stole $22 from Panera, but my sister had a $15 gift card. She was only supposed to pay $7 or $8 cash.
I mean, yeah, he clearly stole from both of them here. I think that is a ridiculous opinion if that's what people are commenting. It really does confuse me that people can't see the differences between cash and a gift card. Like, it's so different. Yes, they're both technically money, but again, the gift card can only be used at that restaurant. Your cash can be used for everything. This can be used to pay bills, to have food, like food shops and whatnot. Your gift card can only be used at that specific place. So to purposefully take money out of this girl's bank, or maybe not a bank because it was in cash, but to take money out of her pocket when they didn't need to, she had the gift card. It's so grim. It's grim behavior.
There was a discounted amount for $22. Why would he discount $22? Was he being nice? Why would he discount 22 specifically? Why not 20? Why not the full amount? Why make her pay $150? What actually happened was she had a $20 bill, a $10 bill, and a $15 gift card. In order for her to still be able to use the gift card because she was like, no, I want to use this, he charged her $22. That is the highest round number that he could charge and still use a gift card, because the gift card won't work if the purchase is under $1.
Ah, right, so that's the whole dollar thing there, right? The gift card won't work unless the purchase is above $1. I think, look, the proof's in the pudding. Clearly, this guy did what is being insinuated here. I don't see how you can even work around that. What can the excuse be?
The reason that we caught this is because she had a gift card that wasn't used. Why wasn't it used? Why was she asked to pay cash instead of using her gift card? In this case, he probably looked at her, could tell she was disabled, and that's why he did this.
I mean, if that is true and that's the reason he did this, there's no words for it, is there? This should be a person that you should be helping out and listening to more than most people, right? You want to try and make the situation the most relaxing it possibly can be, the least stressful it possibly can be. And then to just take advantage of that, it's horrible, right? And hopefully they do find the person that did this, and let's see what their excuse is, because with the numbers mentioned, there doesn't really seem to be an excuse that you can use. I mean, straight away, they can take away that $20 or $22 discount that he put on that order, and then count up the money again, and see if there is $20 or $22 missing, and if there is, he clearly pocketed the money from Panera Bread. And then if that's the case, I think it's pretty clear what he did here to her sister also, and yeah, I mean, hopefully we do hear some updates. She's saying that she's going to get updates the next day or so maybe we'll get some, but they just haven't been helpful before this.
When my dad talked to corporate, they didn't care. They didn't even take down his contact information. And when we called the manager and they called us back, the manager said, "What do you want me to do about it?" So how are we supposed to resolve this locally? The company will only ever do something if they are looking bad online.
I mean, that is a fact, right? We've seen that on so many occasions now, right? Companies just don't want to seem to do anything until it is made public. They want to keep it as secret as possible. And then as soon as they see a TikTok video with a few tens of thousands of views or whatever, or in this case, obviously a lot more, now they want to take action and now they feel like it's wrong. It happens all the time.
My sister is such a great person. She is so kind. She's empathetic. She's very smart. And she doesn't deserve to feel bad and feel like she did something wrong when someone else took advantage of her. It's not about
100%.
the $22. It's the principle of it. I don't know how to explain that any further than being like, you should not take advantage of people who have disabilities.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. Now, as you can imagine, the response to this video has been an angry one, and let's actually take a look through some of the comments here. This is obviously on the second video. You need to call the police and have them pull camera footage. I'm not sure if that would work. I don't know how that does work in general. I would like to think that they will just check the camera footage, and they should show the family here, like, the camera footage themselves, so they can see that it's definitely being checked, and then I mean, we'll see what happens from there. It's the principal and the $22. They better return the money and give y'all an apology. As someone who's worked at Panera, the only person allowed to take money off or discount something is a manager. Now, I mean, that is very interesting if that's true. Obviously, I don't know the facts of that. But as she said there, the only two people working at the time apparently was a manager and a shift lead, which does make it seem as if someone with power did this. Oh, also there's a comment here talking about the fact that it's a different name on the receipt than who was actually working there, which does make it seem as if the people who did do this knew they were doing something sketchy, and they did it on someone else's account, which is dodgy in itself, because you could have got them in trouble. But I mean, the more and more information we learn about this, it definitely seems like they did this on purpose. I mean, they did it under someone else's system. They discounted quite a big amount of money that makes it seem as if they've done it before, and it also does seem like they knew that they could take advantage of this person, which is so sad. People are missing the point. Your sister was taken advantage of. This isn't right. This is a big deal. 100%. I couldn't agree more. And yeah, I mean, I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Maybe we'll hear some updates in the next day or so. Hopefully we do. Hopefully there's some repercussions here. But who knows? It's hard to have faith in companies nowadays. But yeah, like I mentioned, I would love to know your thoughts. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are new. And until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.